Good morning. Welcome to a meeting of the Public Facilities Commission. Before us this morning is the Public Facilities Department. TT, could you take over?
Thank you, Commissioner Mamoli. Good morning, Commissioners. This meeting is being recorded and broadcast live. Before we get started, I will ask Colleen Daly, the PFC Secretary, to take a roll call of the meeting participants. Colleen, if you would please conduct the roll call.
Thank you, TT. Please unmute your device and confirm your presence. When I call your name, beginning roll call with the Commission. Larry Mamoli, Commissioner.
Present.
Donald Wright, Commissioner.
Present.
TT Lee, Legal Advisor.
Present.
And Elizabeth Feltner, Paralegal for the PFC.
Present.
And with PFD, Kerry Griffin, Director.
Present.
Marquise Mecca, Assistant Director for Construction.
Present.
Lissa Schwab, Project Manager.
Present.
Tara Coughlin, Project Manager 2.
Present.
I'll read for the record the remainder of the individuals in attendance. Attendees do not need to unmute your device when their name is called. Susan Rice, Assistant Director of Operations. This concludes roll call. Thank you.
Thank you, Colleen. The first order of business before you this morning concerns draft meeting minutes for the Public Facilities Department on October 18, 2023, and the Mayor's Office of Housing on October 12th and October 18, 2023. Is there a motion to approve these meeting minutes?
Motion to approve.
Second motion.
All in favor? Aye.
Thank you. The meeting minutes are hereby approved for October 12th for MOH and October 18th, 2023 for PFD and MOH. For this morning, the Public Facilities Department, we have Kerry Griffin, Director of PFD. PFD has 5 votes on the agenda for today. Vote number 1 is being presented by Marquise Mecca, Assistant Director for Construction. This is a request for a contract award to Jones Architecture Incorporated. Under the terms of this contract, Jones Architecture will provide design services including schematic design through the end of design development for the renovation or new construction of the East Grandstand and Track and Field associated with the White Stadium renovations project located at 450 Walnut Avenue, Jamaica Plain. The terms of this contract is for a maximum of 24 weeks from the date of execution. The contract price is recommended at $2,750,920. Marquise, if you would please present your vote request.
Thank you very much, TT. Good morning, Commissioners. I'm here to request a vote for the approval to award professional design and construction administration services contracts to Jones Architecture Incorporated for the White Stadium renovations project. The Public Facilities Department is managing the design and construction of the project, which is located at 450 Walnut Ave, Jamaica Plain, Mass. 02130. In addition, PFD is working with Boston Public Schools to timely deliver the phase of this project at a maximum of 24 weeks from the date of execution. The scope of design services consists of the design and construction administration services for the new construction of the East Grandstand in the track and field. This project will have multiple phases, and for this vote, the designer will be contracted from schematic design phase up through design development phase. Jones Architecture Incorporated will submit a proposal at a later date to continue design services for construction documents, construction administration in the closeout phase. If I may direct your attention to the PowerPoint slide for this project. This is an aerial view of the existing White Stadium, the White Stadium. The city has publicly advertised for professional design services through a request for qualifications, an RFQ process pursuant to the Mass General Law, Chapter 7C. The advertisement was submitted to the city's small local business enterprise offices for distribution.
And then we get close to that date.
I'll just keep going. Where was I? Excuse me. The advertisement was submitted to the city's small local business enterprise office for distribution and notice on its listserv and for publications in the city record, the Boston Globe, and Combined on September 18th, 2023. Additionally, the advertisement appeared in the Massachusetts Secretary of State's Central Registry weekly posting on September 20th of 2023. In response to the RFQ, 3 firms submitted a statement of qualifications for this project on October 4th of 2023. The 3 firms included Bargman Hendry Architects, Jones Architectural Incorporated, Stantec Architectural and Engineering, PC. A selection committee composed of 5 people with experience in design, planning, and construction for the City of Boston's Public Facilities Department, the Mayor's Office, and Boston Public Schools, reviewed the qualifications from each firm on October 6, 2023, using the defined criteria of the RFQ. Also on October 6, 2023, all 3 firms were shortlisted by the selection committee, and on October 19, 2023, the 3 firms were interviewed, and Jones Architectural Incorporated was recommended as the top design firm due to the team's experience with the City of Boston and the Public Facilities Department's projects and procedures, successful past performances on public facilities projects, their partnerships with JLG Architects, who have experience with athletic stadiums, and Jones' experiences on Mass General Law Chapters 149A and 149 public construction projects. In addition, pursuant to the city's efforts in increasing participation of M and WBEs in city contracts, the following sub-consultants to the firm are state-certified women business enterprises, Simodis Consultants for their civil engineering, Casco Bay Engineering for their structural engineering, HLB Light Design, their lighting consultants, Crawley Cottrell for their landscaping architects, Stelbert Perkins Design, their signage and wayfinding consultants, Alana Incorporated for cost estimating, Kevo Enterprise for scheduling support services. Also, Kevo Enterprise and Alana Incorporated are also disadvantaged business enterprises. In accordance to the RFQ guidelines, design fee calculations, PFD and Jones Architecture Incorporated negotiated the design fee to not exceed $2,750,920, including $1,017,830 for additional services. The design fee is based on an estimated construction cost of $46 million for this project. In conclusion, I am seeking the Public Facilities Commission's approval to award the Professional Design and Construction Administrative Services contract to Jones Architect Incorporated. I am here to answer any questions you may have, and thank you for your time and consideration, Commissioners.
No questions. Sounds like a great project. Commissioner Wright?
Yeah, no questions. Just really excited about the work and the outreach to the subs. So congratulate the teams on those efforts. Commissioner?
Motion to approve?
Second?
All in favor? Aye.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Vote number 1 is hereby approved. Vote number 2 is being presented by Carrie Griffin, Director of PFD. This is a request for approval to submit an application to the Office of the Inspector General for a notice to proceed with procurement procedures under Mass General Laws, Chapter 149A, Sections 1 through 11, for construction management at-risk delivery method, and if granted, approval to enter into a construction management at-risk contract with a competitively and publicly procured qualified CM at-risk firm. This request is for the White Stadium renovations project located at 450 Walnut Avenue in Jamaica Plain and has an estimated construction value of approximately $46 million. Carrie, if you'll please present your vote request.
Thank you, TT. Good morning, Commissioners. I'm here to request a vote of authorization to apply to the Office of Inspector General for approval to contract with a construction manager at risk firm. The Public Facilities Department will be acting as the owner's project manager. To give you a background and overview of the project, from December 2022 to August 2023, the Public Facilities Department engaged the House Doctor Services of Jones Architect to perform a feasibility study of White Stadium for BPS. During this time, in April of 2023, the city's operations cabinet issued an RFP for a public-private partner to provide needed capital investment of the West Grandstand to make White Stadium a high-quality venue for BPS athletes and other events. The respondent, Boston Unity Soccer Partners' proposal to lease the West Grandstand and adjacent areas of White Stadium in a public-private partnership was accepted in July of 2023. PFD will be performing the full renovation and construction of the East Grandstand track and field, and Boston Unity Soccer Group will be performing the construction of the West Grandstand and adjacent areas. As part of PFD's due diligence, we performed a construction time determination to ensure we could meet the expectations of the soccer team's opening day schedule of March of 2026, and to confirm to ourselves that this was achievable based on our statutory procurement requires, current labor market, and to mitigate any material and delays and lead times. Based on this analysis, between a Chapter 149 and a Chapter 149A CM at risk delivery method, we determined that the Chapter 149 has us completing the project on 15 February 2027. 149 has us completing the project in September of 2026 with a schedule savings of 6 months. Further mitigation of the schedule was performed that allows us for a potential of an additional 3 months. And ongoing and continued analysis of the schedule is being performed, and it is PFD's determination that the CM at risk construction and delivery method provides opportunities to improve the project in the following ways: early release of demolition site and structural packages, early buyout of long lead items that drive the critical path of a schedule to include switchgear, elevator, and mechanical equipment, allows for a more extensive community engagement process to be performed during design development, and provides an opportunity to review and analyze cost based on CM and subcontractor input throughout the design process. Elizabeth, if you could please show the slide. This slide is what was part of the RFP and indicates where the boundaries are in terms of Boston Unity Soccer Group's areas that they will be performing the construction. In conclusion, I am seeking the Public Facilities Commission's approval to submit an application to the Inspector General's office for a Chapter 149A CM at risk construction delivery method. I appreciate your time and look forward to answering any questions you may have. Thank you for your time and consideration.
No questions. Again, great project. Your timing's perfect. Isn't Boston getting the World Cup that time in 2026, I think, around that time? So, Commissioner Wright, any questions?
No, big excited about this as well. Carrie, kudos to the team, and looking forward to this really taking shape. Commissioner?
Motion to approve.
Second?
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Vote number 2 is hereby approved. Vote number 3 and 4 are being presented by Alyssa Schwab, Project Manager for PFD. I'd like to call it to your attention, Commissioners, that votes 3 and 4 are both requests to amend consultant contracts for the 2022 Massachusetts School Building Authority's Accelerated Repairs Program at 4 Boston Public Schools projects located in Dorchester, Jamaica Plain, and Rosendale. As a result, there's a request to the Commission to allow the Project Manager to present votes 3 and 4 jointly. At the conclusion of the Project Manager's presentation, I will note a separate roll call for each vote thereafter. Would that be agreeable to the Commission?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you, Commissioners. Vote number 3 is an amendment to the vote of March 15, 2023 regarding a contract with NV5 Consultants Incorporated to provide owner project manager services associated with the projects. The request is for an increase of $155,000 to the contract amount with a time extension to the contract's expiration date through May 31st, 2024. Vote number 4 is an amendment to the vote of March 15, 2023 regarding a contract with CSS Architects Incorporated to provide design and construction administration services associated with the projects. This request is for an increase of $1,061,500 to the contract amount with a time extension to the contract expiration date through December 31st, 2025. Lisa, if you please present your vote request.
Okay. Good morning, Commissioners. I'm here to request a vote for approval to continue the Owner's Project Manager Services contract to NV5 and the Professional Design Services contract to CSS Architects for the 2022 Accelerated Repair Program projects at the following 4 schools. If you can pull up the slideshow. The schools, next slide. There are 4 schools. Next slide.
Sorry, it just takes a second.
Sorry. The first school is Jeremiah Burke High School, where we'll be replacing the boilers. Next slide. The English High School project is to replace the exterior windows and doors. The school is located in Jamaica Plain. Next slide. The Dennis Haley Pilot School is located in Roslindale, and this is a project to replace the boilers. Next slide. This project here is at the William Henderson Upper School. It is located in Dorchester, and it's a project to replace the roof. These projects are a collaborative effort with the Massachusetts School Building Authority. ARP projects focus on the preservation of existing assets by repairing and/or replacing boilers, roofs, and windows and doors. Since the previous PFC vote, the 2022 ARP process has continued. In August, we submitted the schematic design packages to the MSBA, and then at the end of October, the MSBA board voted to authorize the execution of the project funding agreement in the amount of $18,496,175. This set the 90-day period for the city to appropriate the balance of funds for the entire project. The Public Facilities Department is currently working to obtain the second City Council appropriation to support design development through project closeout on these projects. The loan order was read into the council on October 18th, and we have a hearing scheduled with the Ways and Means Committee on November 16th. This matter does require 2 votes of the council spaced 2 weeks apart. The first vote is anticipated November 29th, with the second vote anticipated for December 13th. Then the mayor would sign it, and there is a 20-day hold period from the date of the mayor's signature before the clerk could authorize the vote. The above schedule will have the appropriation to meet the MSBA's 90-day funding requirement. NV5 and CSS Architects contracts were funded through schematic design, which concluded in October of 2023. Execution of the second City Council appropriation is not anticipated until mid-January, creating a 3-month gap in available funding for NV5 and CSS Architects. There is money available in the original City Council appropriation for the 2022 ARP consultants. The PFC vote today of $155,000 for NV5 and $1,061,500 for CSS Architects will exhaust the remaining money in the original appropriation and allow design work to continue on the projects while the second appropriation works its way through the City Council process. Please note, once the City Council vote is obtained, I will be back before the Public Facilities Commission for a third vote for the balance of the agreed upon negotiated fee with NV5 and CSS Architects. In conclusion, I am seeking the Commission's approval to continue the OPM services contract to NV5 and the Professional Design Services contract to CSS Architects. Design would commence upon approval by the PFC and contract execution. Thank you for your time, and I'm happy to answer any questions.
Obviously, work we have to do. No questions, Commissioner?
No questions, same.
Motion to approve vote number 3.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Motion to approve vote number 4.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, Commissioners. Vote number 3, vote number 4 are hereby approved. For the final vote on today's agenda, vote number 5 is being presented by Tara Coughlin, Project Manager for PFD. This is a request for a contract award to Sasaki Architects PC. Under the terms of this contract, Sasaki Architects PC will provide schematic design services with an option to proceed through design development, construction, development, bidding, and construction administration services associated with the demolition of the existing structure and development of a new Eggleston Square branch library located at 2044 Columbus Avenue, Roxbury. The term of this contract shall be for 156 weeks from the date of execution. The contract price is recommended at $2,878,000 and $200. Tara, if you please present your vote request.
Thank you. Good morning, Commissioners. I'm here to request a vote for approval to award a professional design and construction administration services contract to Sasaki Architects for the Boston Public Library Eggleston branch. The Public Facilities Department is managing the design and construction of the project, which is located at 2044 Columbus Avenue, Roxbury. PFD is working closely with Boston Public Library for the timely delivery of this work. Design services will begin at contract execution and have a duration of 156 weeks. If I may direct your attention to the PowerPoint slide for this project. Thank you. A study for this site was conducted from June 2020 to October 2021. The current library structure was built in 1953 and has a footprint of 6,354 square feet. It is recommended that this site be demolished and a new library structure be constructed to better align with BPL strategic priorities. The new library footprint is estimated to be 15,000 gross square feet. This new structure would comply with city ordinances for net zero carbon and LEED. The scope of design services consists of design and construction administration services for the new construction of the library. This project will have multiple phases, including schematic, design development, construction document development, and construction administration. The city publicly advertised the professional design services through a request for qualifications process pursuant of MGL Chapter 7C. The advertisement was submitted to the city's small local business enterprise office for distribution and notice on its listserv and for publication of the City Record and Boston Public Globe and Combis on June 5th, 2023. Additionally, advertisement appeared in the Massachusetts Secretary of State's Central Register, weekly posted on June 7th. On June 28th, 7 statements of qualification were received. 6 firms were deemed qualified and were assessed by the Designer Selection Committee. A 5-member Designer Selection Committee was established. The committee included representatives from Public Facilities Department, Boston Public Library, and 1 community member. On July 2nd, the selection committee met to evaluate the submissions and shortlisted 3 firms for interview. On September 6th, interviews were held. The committee ranked firms and deemed Sasaki Architects to be the most qualified for this project. Sasaki Architects demonstrated a strong understanding of public process, specifically a thorough understanding of Chapter 149 public construction. They demonstrated strong experience with net zero and LEED goals, meeting LEED goals. Sasaki provided an organized presentation and showed a strong interest in the project. In accordance with the RFQ's guidelines for design fee calculation, PFD and Sasaki Architects negotiated the design fee for a not to exceed amount of $1,553,200, including a $1,325,000 for additional services for a total contract value of $2,878,200. The design fee is based on the estimated construction cost of $22 million for the project. In conclusion, I'm seeking the Public Facilities Commission's approval to award a professional design and construction administration services contract to Sasaki Architects. I'm here to answer any questions you may have. Thank you for your time and consideration.
No questions, great project, finally actually proceeding. Commissioner?
Same here, great project, excited about what we're doing on the BPL side for these new branch libraries. Again, committing the team on that. So, Commissioner?
Motion to approve.
Second that motion?
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Vote number 5 is hereby approved. This concludes PFD's agenda for today's meeting. Is there a motion to adjourn this portion of the meeting?
Motion to adjourn.
Second that motion?
All in favor?
Favor? Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Meeting is adjourned.
Thank you, Commissioners. Have a great day.
Sure.